Welcome again to the session about portfolios, and we are going to speak about e-portfolios and especially about utilizing, using, and how to use e-portfolios on Blackboard on our online course. This is an overview of the session today. We are going to have some basic knowledge and skills on activating portfolios on Blackboard as a teaching and an assessment tool. These are the objectives of today's session. By the end of the session, inshallah, we will be able to, number one, explain the use of portfolios, recognize the main feature of portfolio tool on Blackboard, differentiate between what is an ordinary assessment and portfolio assessment, and then we are going to learn how to create and manage a portfolio. This part is very important because it is for us and for the students as well. Then finally speak how to grade a portfolio as an assignment or this session, inshallah, we are going to have two sections. The first one, we hope, inshallah, is going to take about from 10 to 15 minutes. This is an introduction. What's a portfolio, types of portfolios, what are the educational uses of portfolio, how portfolio is a tool on Blackboard, the assignments and its type, then some best practices in using portfolio, then we have sample tasks. In the practice section, inshallah, we're going to see how to have access to portfolio either from the main window of Blackboard or from within the course, how to create portfolio assignment, how to create a portfolio, and then how to grade a portfolio. And inshallah, we are going to know the difference between portfolio assignment and a portfolio. Okay, let's start with the definition of what is a portfolio to have the idea. We know what is a portfolio. Portfolio physically is a file, call it, that contains some paper. Then it started to be as an assessment and a teaching tool. Okay, so is it a portfolio? We know it physically. What's a portfolio? That's something, a file that contains some paper. Then it started to be used as an educational tool in two senses. The first one, the general one, it is a tool to present a narrative and documents to show a learning or work accomplished, to prove knowledge, skills, or competence. For example, suppose you are writing for some newspapers. You wrote for many different newspapers, different sites. Then you wanted to apply for a job in a newspaper. So you collect what you have published before, some documents, some certificates, some things. Okay, you had attended a session, you attended the meeting. That all this will prove that you have knowledge, skills, or you have some competencies in writing for newspaper. Okay, so this is general. It is like a CV, but it is bigger than a CV. In a CV, we just write headings. A portfolio, yes, very good. It is a showcase. This is one of the types. So we're going to see now the type. It shows your accomplishment, your thing. Yes, it is one. You show your talents, your skills, your ability, your. It is a CV, but bigger than a CV. Then a portfolio also is used in this is general. Okay, it is used for education as a collection of some work to be used in assessing learning and progress. For example, I can ask a student who have participated in many courses in writing 1, writing 2, writing 3, academic writing, or writing for a specific purpose. Then he can collect all the work he has submitted in these courses, okay, in one portfolio to show his skills in writing. Okay, the same about literature. He can collect essays or discussion forums or tests taken in literature courses into one portfolio that will show what. Okay, so it can be created like this for just collecting, or you as a teacher can ask the student to create the portfolio and then to grade it as we are going to see. Okay, so the idea of a portfolio, it is a collection, and this collection usually will have two important items. It is narrative and documents. You have to say, okay, then you have to document, or you have to provide what we are going to see now called artifacts. Okay, these are evidence of what you are saying. A portfolio can be in two forms, two ways. It can be paper portfolio or electronic portfolio. This is a paper portfolio, as you see. It is here collecting some items from newspaper, essay written on computer, something like that, into a physical portfolio. Or it can be electronic like this. It is like a web page. You create a web page for yourself, introduce yourself, and to show what you have or what you want to provide. This is what we call portfolio. Okay, so this is the physical portfolio, and this is the e-portfolio or paper portfolio and e-portfolio. Here again, it can be used for personal use, like a CV to introduce oneself, and it is open. You can submit to anybody. You can create a website for yourself. Then, when you want to apply into a job, or you want to introduce a person to somebody, you can just put the link of this site, and are going to get all the information, and you can update this site all the time. Or it can be used for education. This is the focus for today's session, inshallah. To prove mastering skills or competence. It is used for evaluation. You are creating it to be evaluated, and it is specific for a certain course, a certain skill, or a certain task, as we are going to create now and about the the e-portfolio here in detail is like canvas that contains narrative and artifacts. Again, these are the two main. Like this one, this is a portfolio, student portfolio, and this is another one. You can use many tools. You can upload videos, documents, sheets, whatever. Okay, you can create an e-portfolio either on a website, okay, either free websites, or you use an LMS learning management system like Blackboard that will help you to create a portfolio. Okay, and we have some in LMS. There is some templates you can use and create a portfolio, or you can exchange and create your own portfolio. These are the types of portfolio, as our colleagues were saying now. We have an assignment portfolio. This is used for education. You ask the student to do something. A showcase portfolio. This is one of the types. You want to show yourself, to show your talent, to show your history in doing something. It can be a progress portfolio. You are working in a big project and you want to show or able to follow when you started, where are you now, and what is going to do. Or it can be a product portfolio. You have produced something. You have, for example, published a book, okay, and you wanted to make a portfolio for this book, content, the main ideas, whatever, some reviews that have been published about this book and something. So these are, and we are going to focus today in the assignment portfolio. Okay, what are the educational uses of portfolio? It's, of course, very important for self-learning, active learning, because it's very asking the student to do something free. For peer evaluation, as what we see now, the student can comment on it as a portfolio. It's an indicator of future performance. It's something like business life. He's showing himself. He is advertising himself. It adds variety to assessment, okay, instead of just ordinary assignment, tests, and also we're adding some variety to our assessment. It gives the confidence and self-demonstration for the student because he is speaking about himself. He's showing himself up to the students about this and of doing whatever. It measures advanced skills and competence. Sometimes we can't measure these skills and competence in ordinary tests and assignments. It helps in continuous improvement because you are going to give him some comment about his portfolio. He's going to improve it, change it, so it's for self-improvement. And also it's very flexible in learning because the students can change the portfolio you can add and develop the portfolio more than one time. What about Blackboard Portfolio? In Blackboard, we have a tool called Portfolios that will lead us to a site, okay, called My Portfolios. Okay, this is similar, or will be clear to the teacher who are accustomed to discussions. Okay, we have discussion board and discussion forum. Discussion board, this is the general place, this is the name of the tool that will allow us to create forums. Okay, discussion forums within the discussion board. Here we are going to create portfolios within the portfolios tool. And this is the site as we are going to see in the practical session. Okay, this enables what? Enables the teacher to create portfolio assignment and review portfolio shared by the others. Okay, so you can make portfolio assignment as we're going to do now, and you ask the student to answer, respond by submitting a portfolio. And for the learner or for the student, he can or she, usually I say about the learner he, because I custom this and this is part of the Arabic culture. Okay, so he or she will create a portfolio and share them inside. So the student or you as a teacher, you can create a portfolio. Okay, this is an open tool. You can create a portfolio. Then you can share it with, the student can share it with a teacher, or even can share it with someone outside Blackboard. So you can, if you are looking for a job, something like this, you can create a portfolio on Blackboard, okay, and you can share it. I'm going to see now how to share the portfolio. You can share it outside the institution with other teachers, other students, all the people in the university, or you can share it with people outside. You can send it to them the link, and they can review this portfolio from the Blackboard platform. Here quickly we are going to see the difference, because we are going to focus more on portfolio assignment. We on Blackboard we have three types of assignment. When you are creating an assignment, I'm sure you are accustomed to this, you have submission details, and it will ask you what is the assignment type. Is it an individual submission, or group submission, or portfolio submission? What is the difference? About an individual submission, these are questions or tasks you go for each learner, okay? And you wanted to measure some knowledge or some skills, and the students will have written submission or file submission or both sorry, here this is, it is by the same student. I'm sorry for the mistake, because I have copied from okay? This is for the individual. So the submission is going to be written or filed by the same student. Here for the group submission, it is the same. We have questions, okay, or tasks for, not for each learner, for preformed groups. Okay, so you are going to make an assignment. You assign that this assignment for this group, okay, and it is to measure skills and competencies in addition to teamwork. Why? Because the whole group are going to work together to prepare the answer, and only here, this should be here, one member of the group will submit. Okay, so in individual, each student is going to submit his own answer. In group submission, only one of the group will submit the answer. Okay, so they should work together, prepare the answer together, and then one is going to submit, because this is a group and you should have some teamwork skills. They should assign who is the leader, who is going to present, who is going to write, who is going to revise, and someone will take the task of submitting the answer. Then the last one, the portfolio assignment. These are questions or tasks for each learner, not for group. It is for each learner. And what is the assessment here? We are asked to present evidence for learning. We want them to provide evidence in more than one type to show that they have learned something or they have acquired a skill. And what is the response for portfolio assignment? To create and submit a portfolio. They are going to write answer. They are not going to send the file. No, they are going to create a portfolio and submit portfolio, as we are going to see now. Okay, some best practices we are going to speak when we are applying now. Number one, An assignment portfolio must not be like an ordinary assignment, okay? Because it is different in nature. So you have to form questions suitable for portfolio submission, because we are going to see now what is a portfolio. So you can't ask ordinary questions that can be collected from the book, okay, or a question that depends on analysis. No, you need a question that will ask the student to provide more than one piece of evidence for what he what he has learned or done through the course. Okay, so it differs because portfolio submissions is different. The learning outcomes measured by portfolio should be different, and the students' abilities will differ in apply or on submitting the portfolio. This is number one, forming good questions. Number two, specify specific or minimum requirements. Okay, what you ask them to do, to submit files, videos, presentations, database, which is applicable for some courses, and so on. You have to specify what is the specific or minimum requirements that should be included in the portfolio. Okay. And number three, you should use a grading rubric. A rubric for grading, and it should be clear for the students. And for what we call expected performance. And usually the rubric for marking or for grading portfolio usually is not by marks, but you can go by excellent, very good, or accomplished, complete, not complete, something like that. And you should indicate what are the indicators for these grades. Okay, and the rubric should be a little bit flexible to acknowledge, or that acknowledge this rubric should acknowledge creativity and individuality. Because there is no model answer. Asking the student to create a portfolio. So each student is create the portfolio, design it, the layout, the content should be free for him. I'm going to give him some expectations, some requirements, and he should be maximize your screen. The screen is maximized from your device. It is a mobile, because if I enlarge it here, it's not enlarged in your. So you can enlarge it from your mobile or from the PC or laptop you are using. This is for Ms. Smith. Okay, number 5 should provide constructive feedback. This is not an ordinary assignment. You should give constructive feedback. What he did good and what is missing, what is lacking, what is not good, what needs improvement. Okay, so you should give constructive feedback for the portfolio assessment. And also one of the best practices, because usually we don't have more than one portfolio assignment in a course, usually it's one, it's like a project in the course, so usually allow resubmission. You can allow resubmission, so the students will, after receiving the constructive feedback from you, they will work again in the portfolio, develop it more, and then they are going to learn and improve themselves in them. This is generally like an outline of a sample test. Okay, first of all, the test should have a title. This is portfolio for course what, for unit whatever, for something. So there should be a clear title. General description, this portfolio will show your ability to do what or so. Of course, this is just a sample, okay? So there should be general description that will tell the student what they're going to do. Then the items, what are the items you want to be there in the portfolio, like for example, definition, historical background, causes, pros and cons, suggestions, resources, okay? So these are some items the student should include in there. Okay, what are the requirements? And usually they require narrative and artifacts. Not only is going to create some file and some presentation, videos, and collect them and put them, all of them in the portfolio. No, you should describe anything he has done. Introduce yourself, introduction about the item, an essay on something, a presentation on, a video on, an infographic about something, a sheet, whatever. Okay, so you require that at least you should include these in your portfolio. Okay, the evaluation, how you are going to evaluate the portfolio, for example, 10% for the layout, because the layout is very important in the portfolio. 30% for content, 10% language accuracy, and so on. So you have to specify how this is going to be evaluated. Then also, of course, we have to give them the due date for submitting there. This is what speaking now about what? About an assignment portfolio task are giving to the student that should include some of these more than this, okay, but this is just a sum. So how to, the first point, how to access or have access to portfolio. Here we have two ways. Number one, it's a general tool, so usually we'll find it in the main, okay, window here, okay, the drop down menu here, okay, under tools. We have here courses, then we have tools and settings, okay. From tools, you have here the portfolios tool. You can here, it will take you to my portfolios. Okay, so here I will have a place where I have all my portfolios. This place is not connected to any course. It's a tool outside the courses. Okay, you see here we are still in the home page. Okay, so this is an area where I create my portfolios, either as a teacher or as a student. Okay, however, nobody can have access to these portfolios I have created unless I share them or I submit them into a portfolio assignment. Okay, so here this is like a private working space for me. Okay, now if the students can have access from this, or it is difficult or whatever, or I want them to have access directly from my course, this is for training. I go to the content area, and from tools, more tools, and then we have portfolios homepage. Just click. You can keep calling it portfolio homepage or give it whatever name you like, course portfolio or whatever. Then you give their description about this. It is just a link. Okay, this is not the task. This is just a link. Okay, then you click submit. So the student from the course will click into portfolio homepage. They will go to the same page. Okay, this is my portfolio. So this is just a link to the tool. Okay, this is the tool. Now, this is the first how to have access to portfolio, either for me as a teacher or for the students. Now, how to portfolio assignment. Okay, let's go to the course. Area. From assessment, I'm going to create an assignment, like all the assignments we are creating. Okay, and portfolio assignment 1. If I have more, then I give description. Okay, and here this is important that what we have said when we were explaining the sample test. Okay, here in the instruction you should give clear instruction. What is this portfolio? What is the aim of the portfolio? What are the items required? What are the requirements? How we are going to grade it? What is the due date? And everything should be clear here in the instruction for that. Okay. And this instruction you can put as a PDF file and attach it here, so that will be easy for the student to do. You can have the due date from here. The grade, for example, is going to be out of 100. Then the most important here from submission details, we say that or indicate that this is a portfolio submission. Okay. In some platforms, the Blackboard administrator on the university, of course, in coordination with the teacher, they can create some templates. Okay, you can select a template. Okay, for example, here I have a template one. It's not just, it was very easy one. This template will have, for example, the portfolio will have 5 sections. Okay, so I am giving the students a ready-made portfolio and just they are going to put in the items. Or if I don't select a template, this means that the students will be free to submit. You can a single attempt or more than an attempt. It's up to you. You can okay, but here one very, very important point you have to know. When you share a portfolio, or when the students submits a portfolio to an assignment portfolio, they submit what we call, this is a snapshot of the portfolio. This means that once they submit the portfolio, if they go back to the portfolio, they are free. They can go to the portfolio, delete it, change it. But whatever they do, what you are going to see as a teacher is a copy of the portfolio when they submit. The same, when you are sharing a portfolio with another colleague or another one outside the university, okay, what they are going to see is the portfolio at the time you shared. If you do any change later, these changes are not going to be active unless you update it or you send again. Okay, the same for the assignment, portfolio assignment. Okay, if you ask the student to submit twice, okay, he can submit first, then change and submit again. In this case, you are going to have two versions of the same portfolio. I hope this is clear, and inshallah later is going to be more and more clearer. Okay, so now I have done the description and I have assigned and see that this is a portfolio submission, then I click submit. Okay, so now this will have the portfolio assignment, the same logo for assignment in Blackboard. When you click on it, will show now the description of the job description. It's out 100, and here there is no writing or file. It says either select portfolio, the portfolio you have created earlier, or create a portfolio. Of course, creating a portfolio will take a lot of time. So it's not easy that student will click create a portfolio, then he will submit it. No, you should ask them first to go to the portfolio tool, create the portfolio, okay? Then finally, they will go to the assignment and select the portfolio. For example, here, okay, I have two portfolios, okay, in my account. Okay, this one in Arabic and this one in English. I'll show you later. Okay, I click and I click submit. Now this is QM portfolio I have created, and if I click submit now, it's going to be submitted as an answer or a response to the assignment. Okay, so we learned now how to have access to portfolio as a tool, my portfolio homepage, and how to create a portfolio assignment, and how the students are going to submit. Okay, now, let's go to the main point. How to create a portfolio for me as a, of course, you as a teacher are going to create, okay? You are going to ask the student to do so. Or if you'd like to create a portfolio for yourself, like these portfolios I have created for myself. Okay, here in this page we have three tabs: my portfolios, my artifacts, shared with me. Okay, my portfolios is the place for whatever portfolios I have. Okay, you can have many portfolios. Even if you have many, you can search. You can search by title, by date, whatever. You can search if you have many portfolios. Okay, my artifacts. What are artifacts? Artifacts are like evidence or items that I am going to include in my portfolio to show. For example, I have here some in English and some in Arabic. I can have presentation 1, presentation 2, video 1, video 2, file 1, file 2. Okay. In Arabic here I have, for example, like a CV, a YouTube video, a URL link, whatever. So these are like items I am creating used into my portfolio. These items are two different ways. They can be personal effects or from courses, and we are going to come back and see what are these. Then the third part of my portfolio homepage is what was shared with me. Here, if one of your colleagues shared a portfolio with you, it will appear here. Okay, if any student or teacher share a portfolio, okay, for example, you can create a portfolio as a model, okay, in your course about how to answer the assignment. Then you can share it with the students in the course so they can see. But again, what you are sharing, what are here, what portfolio snapshot. means that they can, no, you are sharing snapshots of these portfolio, means it is a copy of the portfolio at the time you have shared. So there is no snapshot, and it will appear when someone shared with you. Okay. Now let's go one by one. My artifacts, we said that we have two types of artifacts. Personal artifacts, if you click, okay, you are going to create now a tool or an item. Okay, you should give it a name, for example, 01, and I should click what it is. For example, this is some pictures, okay, for whatever, for a journey I have taken to this place, or I was doing something, or I participated in a conference. Okay, this is the script. Then here you start providing the item. This is just description general, it's not going to appear. Okay, then here you start that on that date I went to do this picnic, I wanted to visit the museum, and what happened, and so and so. So you start, okay, narrating about this experience in your life. Then when you are narrating, you can include pictures, okay, images, you can add files, you can add videos. This is the editing window we are in Blackboard. Also, you can attach a presentation, pictures, whatever. Okay, so pictures I can, or files I can include here inside the narrative itself, or I can put them as attachment within the item or artifact, as it is called in Blackboard. Okay, then once I finish, I click submit. Okay, so it is added now as one of the artifacts. Or you can add from course. Okay, and when you click, it will show all the courses, and it will show any graded item in your courses. Because here I am a teacher, so I don't have any graded item. Any assignment you have submitted and it has been graded, must be graded. Okay, a graded item. A discussion board, tests, wikis, what are all the assessment tools in the course. In the courses, you can look at the course and you can collect from the courses. Okay, these are the courses. Okay, you click on the course, then here you will have the graded item. Then you can, as I told you before, the student can collect, for example, a portfolio about the writing activity he has done in all the program. Okay, so he can go to writing one and select some. Okay, and he can have the submission submitted, the grade he has taken in the assignment, the comments of the teacher, or he can remove this. Yani he's going to see the everything. This is like what we call the metadata for the item. And the student will be free to select whatever. He can select only his answer or the grade he has taken, an excellent grade. The comments of the teacher, if they are supportive, or because here he wants to show the best of his work. Okay, and he can include as many items as he wants, and this is what we call course artifacts. Okay. Then my portfolios, this is the space where we create the portfolio. Okay, we create a portfolio, we give it a name, we can select also a template, as we said, so the teacher can force a template to be used, or the students can select one of the templates, or without selecting a template, it will be free to choose. Okay, so I say, for example, 1. Okay, then I give this a description. This is our portfolio for this course or for this task or whatever. This is a general description for the. Okay, here it can take you into a tool to show you how to create, or and this is what we're going to do, or no thanks. Okay, so now this is the first page of the portfolio. Back here, I have a portfolio created called portfolio 1. Okay. For more here, I can go back to settings, change the name or the description, okay? And I can share once I finish. I don't see now how to share, or view comments. If I, and when I share, I allow comments. So the people I share my portfolio, they are going to have comments like a blog. Okay, so I can view the comments. I can download the portfolio, and this is very important if you are wanted to upload it another way, and it's going to download it as an HTML file. Okay, that is going to be, you can open it onto a browser, or you can upload it into a site, something more, or you can delete the portfolio. View, we are going to see this later. It will show you how the portfolio is going to be shown to others, or when you click edit, you go into the editorial area of the portfolio. Okay, so what we can edit? Number one, we can edit the heading. This heading is going to be a heading for all the portfolio. Okay, so I can write this whatever. Okay, here then I'm inshallah going to a complete portfolio. Okay, then here, this is very important. When you are creating portfolio, you have to save every part. Okay, so if I wanted to move here now, it is not okay active. Why? I have to save this one. Then when I go to this section, I can now. Okay, so the portfolio, because we said that it is like a home page for you, it consists of pages, and each page consists of sections. Okay, so already here I have page one, section one. This is page one. I can click here. Okay, I have to put this. Click here. I can change the name. Okay, for example, in section one, I see, for example, this is the introduction. Okay, okay, then to the introduction, again, I have the editorial tool here. I can add text, page, files, YouTube, videos. I can add statistics. I can change color, the same. Or I can also add artifacts. You remember the artifacts? Okay, when I click here, will show my artifacts. Okay, for example, this one we have created. Number one, some text for me. Okay, submit. Then it is added. I can delete it. I can add another, and so okay. For example, it's called file one. Okay, for example, this is an introduction, and I am giving attaching a file for the introduction. Okay, and here I have. So the student should learn that we should not only add artifacts. No, we should also add narrative. We should explain here what is this and what they are doing. So okay, then here I finish this thing. Then I can add section before or section after. So now it will be section number 2. I can change the name, and again I can type whatever ends. Okay, so this is page number 1. If I want more pages, and of course the portfolio should have more than one page, I can click here, so it will add page 2. Click again, page 3. So now I have 3 pages in my portfolio. Okay, and in each page I have some sections. Okay, now here from settings, I can change the name, the description again. Okay, or I can here see preview and customize. Here it will show me now how this portfolio will appear. And from this point, we can exchange the appearance of that. This is how my portfolio will look like. This is the heading. This is what? As page 1, page 2, page 3. Okay, and here, okay, from customize style, I can change the order. This is layout 1, layout 2. Will take the page here of the navigation will to the right. Layout 3, similar to layout 2. The best one, or the one I like, layout 4, because it will show the navigation on top, so you can navigate from here and from there. Okay, so these are the 3 layouts, or the 4 layouts here. Also, the color we can change. We have different colors here. Ocean, night, different colors you can have for your portfolio. Okay, then you are going to click save, and close. Okay. However, this color, this layout has nothing to do with the session here. We have now the 1, the 2, we can add and change whatever, and every time we can go to. Once we are finished, we can click done editing, and here we have portfolio 1. We can go directly to view, and this is my portfolio that I have created. Okay. Now quickly, because we are running out of time, I'll show you a simple portfolio I have created. For example, for me, I have some experience in dealing with quality matters. Okay, this is for online quality assurance for online courses. Okay, so I wanted to create a portfolio. I have created one in Arabic and one in English. Okay, so I'm going to view this with. Okay, so this is a portfolio I have created for myself. Nobody else can show me. This is the heading now. This is portfolio of my work and this in quality matters. I have here in the introduction. Okay, I'm speaking about what is this portfolio and what are the contents. Then about me, I have written something about my experience in online work and added a picture of myself. I can add my CV here. Okay, so they can do what is quality matter, another section. I am going to speak about quality matters. Okay, presentations and pictures. Training I attended. I'm list all the training I have attended in quality matters. I am going showing a picture of one of the certificates. Then I have attached here a PDF file of all the certificates I have had in quality matters. Okay, session I presented. I have a list of the sessions. I have provided a picture of a session and they are giving me a certificate. Then I have a list of all the certificates like that. The idea here, I want to show you the idea of the portfolio. Okay, so here you can move from one session to another because it is my home page. I can change the color and do all this. This is the portfolio I have submitted. Okay, into the assignment that we have created. Okay, so this is now the work of the student. They should create their portfolio right there. Till now, this portfolio is only available in their my portfolio or their home portfolio. Okay. Now, they either, if nobody asks them to do this and they are doing them for something, they can start sharing. Okay, and here share a snapshot. Because they are not sharing the portfolio. This portfolio as a file, but they are going to see it as a site. Then you can share it with users, okay? And you can here browse, and you can look for users on Blackboard by their username, by their name, by whatever, okay? Then you can select this one and share it with them, okay? Then you can, or if you have their email, have your the username on Blackboard, just type it here and you click go. For example, if I have go, so it will show my account. I select, okay, I am sharing it with no problem. Then you click submit. Then here it is done. You can notify the user by sending email. Okay, and this is even the email is ready now. Abdel-Fattah has invited you to view the portfolio or not. Or you can tell them and they can go and see them in their shared portfolio. Okay, this is how to select users. You can external users. Okay, and here you are going just to write the email and it is going to be sent, and this is the text of the email. You can keep it as it is or you can change it. This is the email that is going to be sent, that you have this function. Or courses, you can share it with a full course. Okay, click here, you have a list of the courses. Okay, and then you can click course name, search, have to type. Okay, these are the courses. Okay, and you can click and you share it. Either a course you are teaching or you are not teaching, other students are enrolled in. Here, as you see, I have courses in chemistry, in linguistics, in Arabic, in all the courses in the university. I can share it with all the users in this course. What else? organization. And we don't have this because sometimes Blackboard, you can divide the courses by organization, means by colleagues, or institution rules to all instructors, all students, all reviewers, all administrators, all system accounts. Everybody in the university can have access to your portfolio. Okay, so this is about sharing. Run out of time. Some more time to go to the final point. Okay, now we have created the portfolio, have access to the portfolio, we have created a portfolio assignment, okay, and we have shared the portfolio. Now, how to grade the portfolio, and this is something very easy. As a teacher, this is the course. Okay, now I have to access the course as a student. Okay, and in the content area, if I haven't created a portfolio, I can go from one page, or I can go to portfolio assignment, select portfolio. Okay, I go to quality and portfolio, submit. Now I have submitted, then just submit. Okay, and I have now submitted the assignment required, and this is what the snapshot of my portfolio I have submitted to my teacher. Okay, the same page we have been reviewed. Okay, so if now I go to my portfolio and the change, okay, this change is not going to be reflected in this snapshot. Okay, unless I ask the teacher to delete my attempt or allow another submission so that I can submit the improved. Okay, so this is for me as a student. Now let's go to teachers window and grade center. For grade center, of course I have only one student, me, in this course, and this is now portfolio assignment, and now it needs grading. Okay, and you click them. Okay, and what you are going to see, you are going to see the portfolio created by the student. You can read every page, move from one page to another. You can see everything, grade it the same way you are grading. And here you have the feedback window. You have to know this section is not enough, this section, but you didn't do so. This is good, this is bad, and as we said, it should be constructive feedback. It should tell the student the best, the good things they have done, and the things that you should improve. Then you are going to give him the mark. Of course, I will give myself it. Okay, and I cover myself as well. Submit. Now it is done, and the student got in this one 100 out of 100. Okay. Now I have finished my presentation for the practice and for the theoretical. If you have any questions. Okay, so we know now how to access portfolio, how to create the assignment, how to create the portfolio, how to create the portfolio. Okay. Any questions? No. Safe assignment, because this is not an article. So safe assignment is only with files. Okay, safe assignment can be used in individual assignment and group assignment. Thank you, Mr. Ridwan. Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you. No questions. A presentation that can stir some question means that it was dull, it was useless. This is what we learned. Okay. Okay, if you have no questions, can tell me how we can use it in our courses. What do you have in mind? What ideas you have? You can share it now for, we have still 4 to 5 minutes in the time. Okay. Inshallah, I'm going to send you now a link. From this link, you can find the presentation we have today, and inshallah, you can find a recording of the whole session as a video. Okay. I'm going to send you now the link. But inshallah, after about half an hour, you are going to find the material on this page. Okay, from this page, okay, it's a page on Google Sites. Okay, are going to find two links. One link for the presentation as a PDF file, and the other will be the recording of this session, inshallah, as a video will be available on this page. Okay, thank you so much for attending. I hope I have presented everything, and thank you. And if you have any questions, I'll be here for 5 minutes. Thank you. This is a good question by MH. What is the difference between wiki and portfolio? A portfolio is for each one to create. You are creating a portfolio for yourself. Okay. A wiki is what we call a joint editing page. It looks like a web page, okay, but it is joint. No, everybody or the body, the members of the group or the members of the whole course can co-edit this page. Okay, so there is completely difference here in creating. A portfolio is a Blackboard, okay, but a wiki, it's useless to make a wiki by one person. Usually a wiki means more than one person edited this one, and you as a teacher, you can see the items and the content created by everybody. This is the wiki, okay, and when they show, it is shown as one page, okay, but it is created by more than one student, okay, and it is to showing their co-work. It is a group work. This is why wiki is one of the useful tools in group work. You can ask the student, for example, to write an essay. So one will write the essay about something. So someone is going to speak about the historical background. The other is going to speak about the problems, the solutions. Someone will write the introduction. Someone will write the so at the end, it will appear as one page, but for you as a teacher, you can give grade to each student individually. This is the wiki and how it is different from the portfolio. I hope I have answered. Okay, thank you all. If you have any more questions, you can give. Otherwise, thank you for attending, and you can leave now. And inshallah, in about 1 hour, if you visit this page, I have given the link. You can find the presentation and the recording